You're watching Idaho's News Channel 7 with Carolyn Hawley, Mark Johnson, Idaho's Chief Meteorologist Rick Lance, and David Augusto on sports. This is the News at 10.
President Bush today won a skirmish in the bitter fight on Capitol Hill over immigration reform.
Score one for his proposal to put National Guard troops on the border with Mexico. This is a story that tops our look at News in America at 10.
And instead of having them perform annual training just for the sake of practicing their skills in some wilderness area, we'll put them to operational use on the border.
The one-year Bush plan is to send 6,000 National Guard troops to use high-tech spotting gear and do low-tech road and construction work, but make no arrests. Now, the second part of the president's plan, guest workers, is meeting more opposition. Some Republican members of the House are opposed, calling it amnesty, and an effort by hardliners failed in the Senate. They wanted to tighten the southern border with no provision for the guest worker plan.
For the first time, the Pentagon today released images of American Airlines Flight 77 crashing into the Department of Defense headquarters on 9/11. This video was recorded by Pentagon security cameras located outside the building, obviously. The crash set off fires throughout the Pentagon, killing 125 inside, along with the 59 passengers aboard the plane. Pentagon officials had previously refused to release the video, saying it had been provided to the Justice Department in its case against Zacarias Moussaoui.
A Superior Court judge says that Georgia's ban on same-sex marriages is unconstitutional. The judge struck down a 2004 ballot measure that was overwhelmingly approved by voters, saying it violated another provision in Georgia's constitution. Gay marriage and civil unions were already illegal in Georgia before the amendment, but supporters said adding a ban to the Constitution would better protect Georgia from future court challenges. Gay rights supporters argued that language in the ballot presented to voters dealt only with gay marriage, while the actual amendment also barred civil unions and the recognition of same-sex marriages from other states.
I think the big question many are asking tonight is, what are the long-range models saying? Are we going to continue with this?
We're going to see the temperatures actually start breaking off, and not quite this hot, probably by this weekend. Okay, so we're going to see some changes there. Right now we have 80 degrees, winds are out of the northeast at 6. 94 was the high today, and Mark's question as well as other questions are going to be answered coming up in just a moment.
I hope so.
This is a story where a car takes on greater intelligence, acquires the ability to provoke and inspire, and ultimately learns how to make the heart race. An entirely new ES, the Lexus ES 350. At Peterson Lexus.
Come to the Champion Showroom and test drive a Champion patio room for yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you guys waiting?
I'm Kevin Burleson. Call me and trust Champion for your easiest home improvement project ever.
Straight ahead, Idaho's Chief Meteorologist Rick Lance with your first alert forecast. Idaho's top weather next.
Two dogs. One has Frontline Plus flea protection. The other has the number 2 product. Over half the dogs treated with the number 2 product had fleas after just 1 week. The Frontline dogs, not one flea. Frontline kills fleas fast all month, and it doesn't just last longer, it's waterproof. For dogs and cats, ask for the vet's number 1 choice, Frontline Plus. Say goodbye to fleas and ticks.
With seating for up to 7 full-sized adults, the LR3 has been called exceptionally spacious by the Italians. The Germans describe it as roomy and comfortable thanks to an expansive third row. And in South Africa, it's renowned for its full house of luxury features. Applauded worldwide, designed for the extraordinary, the LR3 by Land Rover. Visit your local Land Rover center.
Idaho's Chief Meteorologist Rick Lance has the American Meteorological Society seal of approval.
Today was a hot day today, that's for sure. 94 degrees. It tied the record of 94 degrees back in 1927. Now, on to the question that we had just a little while ago, the most 100-degree days in a row in Boise. Did you figure it? Do you know what that happened to be? It was 9 days in a row where the temperature was 100 degrees or above. You were probably here between July 15th to the July 23rd. In fact, our hottest weather, most of the time we think it's August, which we do have some of our hottest weather, but it's really the end of July where we really get the peak in some of our temperatures. And that was the case in 2003. So we're looking at only a couple of years ago. Of course, this has been a hot spring so far, just especially the last few days. And as you look ahead to tomorrow, we've got another hot day, possibly the hottest day of the week and the year so far. And if we hit that 95, 92 happens to be the record. Now, Thursday and Friday, still hot. I would call it that anyhow, but windy conditions will start to take place, if not late Thursday into Friday. We're talking about 20 to 30 miles an hour because of some thunderstorms that will start to develop. Starting out on the dry side, but we're hoping not to see too much rain with some of these thunderstorms and that they'll remain widely scattered in most of the mountain locations. But watch what it does to the temperature, drops it into the mid-70s into the first part of next week and lows from the 60s into the 50s. Outside, we have a very pleasant evening, and as we take a look at Live Storm Tracker 7000, looks like it's going to continue to be somewhat pleasant. Over here in eastern Oregon, you can see just around the John Day area where they've had some showers there from some thunderstorms, and most of that just west of Baker City for this evening. Well, here's why. If you see the motion that is going up out here into eastern Oregon, and you see how these clouds develop, they're pretty much heading out this way, away from Idaho. That is because of high pressure that we have over the state. Now, as we get into Thursday and Friday, it's going to move over into this position. As it does, it's going to allow a little more of this moisture out through here to work its way in more towards southwestern Idaho. That's going to give us a little break in some of the temperatures, but then again causes some breezy conditions and a chance of some of those isolated thunderstorms you saw in the 7-day forecast, which we'll review here in just a moment. Right now, though, the high pressure is keeping most of these thunderstorms. You can see a pretty good plume of moisture right here over the blues. And of course, the mountains help to develop some of these thunderstorms that you see just to our west. But eventually they'll work eastward, but it's going to be a few days before we actually see that. So tomorrow we're going to be back to more sunshine, especially the Magic Valley, and hot temperatures, which will be the mid to the upper 80s to around 90 degrees in some of the Magic Valley area. And the Central Mountains, look at Haley tomorrow at 84 degrees with mostly sunny skies. And then as we talk about mountain snowpack, you see low temperatures. Even Stanley, only 37 degrees for the low, so it's going to be above freezing for the next couple of days in all mountain locations, and some of that higher mountain snowmelt that's above 8,000 feet. That was what we're really watching to fill up some of those reservoirs in the next week or so. Cascade with 86 degrees for the high. Down here in the valley, take a look at Weiser tomorrow, 97 degrees. You see 92 degrees for Nampa, 94 for Emmett. Just all of these temperatures in the mid-90s at least. Idaho City tomorrow with 91 degrees. So tomorrow morning in our future vision, tomorrow's skies tonight, 62 degrees, blue skies in the morning, 95 in the afternoon. Some of those southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Here's that 7-day forecast once again. Boy, we've got some changes in the weather, but tomorrow's still hot at 95. Then we get, it's starting to break up a bit into Thursday and Friday with some breezy to windy conditions and some isolated thunderstorms heading toward the weekend. It starts to drop the temperatures. I think a lot of people would like to see the temperatures drop at least a little, and we've got it
safe by
we've got it coming.
All right, thank you.
20 degrees cooler next Tuesday.
We're ready for it.
Which, by the way, is Election Day, only 1 week away.
Yeah, and there's an effort at the State House to get more people to the polls.
Where do I vote is the #1 question we get on Election Day.
Right after the break, where you can go online to see where you vote.
Thought you went shopping.
Well. In-floor storage bins, one of the many benefits of Chrysler Town & Country's exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. This May, get 0% financing for 60 months or a $4,000 cash allowance on Chrysler Town & Country.
Hey kids, pool's ready.
Who knows what you'll be wearing this summer with Yellow Jackets around?
I got it. Ow, what was that?
But you can solve your problems with the Rescue Yellow Jacket Trap. Use it early and you'll catch the queens. For you, that means fewer Yellow Jackets this summer and a much better wardrobe. So what's it gonna be? Rescue Yellow Jacket traps or this stylish protective gear? The Rescue Yellow Jacket Trap, a better way to protect your family.
With a 5-star government-side crash test rating, unsurpassed 5,000-pound towing capacity, and standard electronic stability program, no wonder Jeep Liberty is the best-selling SUV in its class.
You wanted the window open.
This May, get 0% financing for 60 months or a $2,500 cash allowance on Jeep Liberty.
You feel you're losing? You're not alone.
But together, we can take control. It starts with a call to the Girls in Boys Town National Hotline.
Idahoans head to the polls 1 week from today, and the Secretary of State is trying to make things easier for voters.
News Channel 7's Casey Murray brings us the polling place improvements.
Decision 2006 brings 2 new ideas to Idaho. One is online.
And we're able to put this together on a statewide basis. All the 44 counties are in on the polling place finder.
People can head to the web and find their polling place along with a map on how to get there.
Next contest, candidates for legislative district offices.
The other election edition, a voting device to help the visually impaired.
The AutoMark is a device that is used in many other states.
It's designed to help anyone who has a hard time seeing, reading, or marking a ballot.
They'll see this device there, and it's for those folks who need assistance.
Despite the new high-tech help, voter turnout, as always, is an issue.
How much will this make a difference in turnout? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I just don't know.
Casey Murray, Idaho's News Channel 7.
And we've set up a hot link for you on KTVB.com with a link to that voter information website. Also, you can watch candidate debates for the District 1 congressional race as well as the race for state superintendent. We'll be airing those debates from 8 till 10 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday nights on 24/7, leading right up to Election Day next Tuesday.
All right, well, how was the day for Jerry Kramer?
Well, let me put it this way. I love happy endings. And Jerry Kramer, very happy man today. We've got the return of the ring story. We've been talking about it for a month. There's finally a happy ending, and it's something that you're really going to enjoy coming up next.
Take the lead, 2006 Ford F-150. No other truck can claim this much power, unmatched might, balanced with total comfort. This is the strongest truck in its class. Right now, lease an F-150 Super Crew with Tow and Go for just $299 a month for 24 months. Visit your Heart of the West Ford stores today.
This is Jennifer Ruiz. Jennifer came to Zions Bank 4 years ago with a dream to open her own store. Now we're helping her invest in a new automated tracking system and expand to a second location. Over the years, we've helped thousands of customers, just like Jennifer, which has made Zions Bank the area's #1 SBA lender. And it proves we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business.
Earn 8% on a business money market account with a new SBA loan.
Closed captioning on Idaho's News Channel 7 is made possible by Michael's Furniture Showplace, just off the connector at the River Street exit.
Where elegance meets affordability.
Only on today, Matt and Mona Lisa.
This is where the book and undoubtedly the movie begins.
Join Matt on the road with the Da Vinci Code. Tomorrow, the film festival at Cannes. We've got your VIP pass to meet the stars at the world premiere on Today.
Hyundai is taking on Honda and Toyota with the Hyundai Challenge. We're out to prove that our new Sonata is the best value running. Here are the stats. More standard safety features and interior space than a Honda Accord. America's best warranty and $4,500 less than an Accord. You owe it to yourself to check out Hyundai before you spend too much on a Honda or Toyota. So what are you waiting for? Take the Hyundai Challenge today. Take the Hyundai Challenge. Then take huge savings on models across the lot. But hurry, offer ends May 31st.
You have the right to choose. To vote, it is up to you. Learn the facts, the politicians, and decide who's best for our state government. Coverage of the 1st Congressional District Seat Republican debate. Thursday through Saturday and Monday at 9 on 24/7.
Piece of Super Bowl history is back with its original owner tonight. After 25 years apart, Jerry Kramer was reunited with his long-lost Super Bowl ring. Jerry, along with his attorney and friends, attended a special ceremony in Green Bay this morning to announce the return of the ring. It was stolen in '81, a month ago popped up in an online auction, and today finally returned to its rightful owner.
If I could have dreamed a scene where I would get my ring back in 25 years and we'd have this much excitement and this much support and this much attention, I would have never believed it. So thank you for your support, and thank you for being a part of it, and thank you for all the emails that have come to the website and following us and encouraging me and cheering us on and the whole thing. Locker rooms and all.
After the original was stolen, Jerry had an exact replica made to replace it. Today he announced that he will auction the replica and establish a fund for retired NFL players in need. Steelheads coach Derek Laxdell made a commitment to the franchise today by signing a 2-year contract extension that will keep him in Boise through 2009. He led the Steelies to the playoffs this past season, his first in Idaho. NBA playoffs roll on tonight. Heat trying to close out the Nets in Miami. Dwayne Wade doing his thing early. Heat up 9. Wade held to 21. They needed Antoine Walker to step it, but he did with 23 points. Heat rally from 12 down. Nets one last chance. Wade the steal, and the Heat closed the door. They win the series 4-1. They won 4 in a row. Late game, Clippers losing big time to Phoenix in the third quarter. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Boise State women's basketball coach Gordy Presnell added a talented point guard today, with California's Ebony Ward signing her letter of intent to become a Bronco. More details at KTVB.com. State baseball tournaments get underway this week, and the Fruitland Grizzlies head into the 3A bracket as a 1 seed. They are 20-6. They're going to play nearby in Ontario and are feeling good.
Baseball is one of those sports where you can be the best team in the state, but if you don't play well, you can lose to the worst team in the state. So you have to play your best every game.
Of course, we're expecting like everybody's best performance when we come into the state tournament because everybody's wanting to win the state title. We're all going to come in playing our best, our hardest, to win every game we can.
All right, Fruitland opens against South Fremont on Thursday at 7. A lot more online at KTVB.com, including golf results. Also tonight, former Meridian boys basketball coach David Roberts will take over at Timberline. Barry Bonds still sitting 1 home run shy of Babe Ruth, at it again in Houston tonight. And a wacky fifth inning, Russ Springer on the mound beans Bonds. He gets ejected, does the pitcher. He's out of there, goes out to a standing ovation. Bonds 2 for 4, no home runs. Still stuck at 7-13 San Francisco, though.